Okay, the first thing we need to do, let's just check and see how much oil is in the front axle. Welcome back to episode 19, part 3 of the 755 Followed Me Home project. It's been a long slog since the Overbought 855 was rescued from being parted out, and fortunately, that journey is almost over. But before the tractor will be allowed outside, the front spindle seals need to be replaced and the exterior illumination checked out. Since there are several videos already showing how to replace spindle parts, I'll highlight some things others may not have experienced. Okay, the first thing we need to do, let's just check and see how much oil is in the front axle. Doesn't appear to be any. We've got a bunch of rust on the dipstick. Apparently the left spindle had some lube, so I started with it. While it was being cleaned, I was interested in how much dirt and grass had added up under the axle housing bushing. The seal surface here was bad too. Let me also add that the right-hand spindle didn't look so bad on the outside, but inside it was worse. And this is the condition of the seals on the right side. The differential had lube, as did the lower spindle castings, and all gears and bearings were fine. The upper pinions and bearings had a film of oil, but were getting thirsty. Now to the surprise. Peering down into the right upper axle gear case, behold, snap ring parts. Then sometimes you could find things like this. When you open up the front end, quite a few pieces of that snap ring broken. Have no idea how that happened. The good news is that ring groove is still good in there, so we'll be able to put in a new snap ring. Someone must have been here before. Before putting the lower bearing in, you want to make sure that there's nothing in this groove that keeps it elevated. Like there's some metal filings that were in there, and then this piece, I'll have to get something to chisel that out of there. Here's what I believe happened. The parts book shows the spindle shaft, number 3, rotated with the larger diameter up. When removing the shaft to clean below the lower bearing, I had to hold the shaft with the vise and use my favorite 2-pound hammer to dislodge the lower pinion from the shaft. Thinking back, I believe there'd been a failure before, and that the shaft had been installed upside down. Notice the shorter splines on the end that engages the upper bearing. With them installed down, the pinion couldn't slide freely. This could explain why the front end load was transferred to and led to fracturing of the upper snap ring. Saving the most frustrating work to the last, lighting. Test started out bright. Fender lights both came on. The rear tail light bulb is burned out, and neither one of them work. And the wires from the caution light are missing. Further checking showed no power to the yellow tail light wire, so I disconnected and pulled the fender harness, and lo and behold, found electrical tape covering a broken wire. Several jiggles and sprays of WD-40 later, the tail lights worked. Not so for the hazard lights. The Overbought 855 came with 2 nice-looking LED flashers on the fenders. Of course, they didn't illuminate. Knowing that LEDs don't create enough resistance to trigger common electromechanical flashers, I ordered one made for LEDs from Superbright. When I put the LED flasher in the socket, turn the key on, no flash. The power is coming in on this pin, which is load, so if we reverse them, we get this result. I really doubt if the guy that put those new lights on the fenders ever got this working, but all you need to do is reverse these leads in the connector housing. give it a try.